Susie, do you have a minute?
Hey, sure, what's up?
So guess what? I just bought some rice online.
Rice?
I know I could have gone to the supermarket, but it's heavy and carrying it back home is a pain. So I bought it online.
If you'd have said so, I would have taken you in the car, you know.
Oh, that's fine. Don't worry. Because I don't shop online very often, so I thought I'd treat myself to some delicious-looking luxury rice.
Huh? Luxury rice?
It should be arriving at your place tomorrow, cash on delivery. Now, be a darling and bring it over to our house once it does.
Wait a second.
What?
When you say you sent it to my place cash on delivery, you mean I'm the one who'll be paying for it? Don't you?
That's right. I'm away at the moment, so you were the only one I could ask.
Can I ask how much it's going to cost me?
Let me see here. Yes, 5 kilos for $75.
That much? Are you kidding me?
It's hardly a lot of money. Surely you have it lying around somewhere.
That's not the point, is it? How many times have you made me pay for your things now? Oh, you can't keep doing this!
Oh, lighten up. I don't see the problem.
Well, it is a problem. You never pay me back. Why do you never pay me back?
Good grief, what am I going to do with you? I might be your mother-in-law, but that still makes me your mother. Are you really going to pester your own mother for cash?
Pester you for cash? All I want you to do is pay me back for all the times you forced me to pay for your things.
Stop being such a tightwad. I've never met anyone so selfish. You're working, so a measly $75 is probably pocket change for you. Just see to it that I get my luxury rice.
There's a limit to how high my expenses can go. I'm trying to save up money for the future too, you know. I haven't reached my savings target for the last 3 months in a row because you always have stuff sent to my house without my permission.
Isn't that just because you're bad at managing your finances? Don't you think it's just a tad disrespectful to try and use your own mother as your scapegoat? I'm very disappointed in you, Susie.
This goes beyond me managing the finances. Just last month alone, I paid $440 for your things.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm going on holiday with a friend next month.
Holiday?
You'll never guess. The Bahamas! Not only that, but for 6 days and 5 nights.
Wait, you're going for that long? If you can afford to go on holiday to the Bahamas, surely you can afford to pay for your own rice.
Oh, well, you see, as for the holiday expenses, Elena paid for everything for me.
My stepsister?
She really is such an amazing daughter. She doesn't complain or act like a tightwad with her money whenever I say I want a little something, unlike some.
Wow.
I'm going for a cup of tea with a friend now. I'm counting on you for the rise.
Hey, wait a sec!
Susie, you got a minute?
Graham? Sure, what is it? Oh, yeah, I hope your business trip went well.
Thanks.
Are you done with all your work now?
Yeah, we managed to wrap things up earlier than expected, so I'm chilling out with my feet up in a hotel right now. Anyway, there's something I was hoping to talk to you about.
Did something happen?
Well, it kinda did, but not to me. It's about something my sister told me.
Your sister?
When I checked my phone just now, I realized she'd been sending me tons of messages while I was at work. It's my mom. She has complete control over my sister's finances.
What? What do you mean?
So you know how my sister got her job through a recommendation from my mom's friend who works at the same company?
Yeah, I think I heard something about that before.
Well, my mom's been using her connections at that company to have my sister's entire salary paid directly into her own bank account.
What? How could that be?
Right? I first heard about it today. I was surprised myself. What's even more surprising is that apparently my sister quit the company.
Oh, wow, she did?
She made a complaint to management because she was scared after her creepy pervert boss, who also happens to be married, kept making passes at her. But contrary to what you'd expect any respectable company to do in that situation, they started pressuring her to resign voluntarily.
Wow.
My sister had been wanting to change careers for a while, so she agreed to resign as long as they gave her a severance package when she did. This all went down about 3 months ago.
Oh, so that's why.
Huh? That's why what?
You know, I've mentioned it to you a few times now. Your mom keeps sending me things she bought online to be paid cash on delivery, forcing me to pay, and it all started 3 months ago. She still hasn't paid me back a single cent.
Ah, that explains it then. She can no longer rely on my sister's salary, so she started pestering you instead.
On that note, just today she had $75 worth of luxury rice sent to my house.
Good God. I can't believe the nerve of that woman. No matter how much I tell her not to, she doesn't pay me the slightest attention. If anything, she gets worse.
Have you tried saying something to your dad?
Nope, that's just as hopeless. My mom has control over my dad's finances as well.
Wow, she does?
The only reason I'm fortunate enough to have control over my own money in the midst of all this is because I got the job I wanted after I applied for it myself and declined the offer Mom made for the company her friend works at, and left the family home as soon as I graduated university.
I see. Just think, if you'd have accepted that job offer your mom got you through her friend, there's a good chance you'd be in the same position as the rest of her victims right now.
I think you might be right. Chill went down my spine when I thought about it just now.
Right?
Anyway, about my sister.
Oh, of course. Sorry I took us off the subject.
Not at all. It's important we discuss that too, so don't worry about it. So, I'll carry on with what I was going to say about my sister now.
Okay, please do.
Now, the crucial factor in all this is my sister's severance package.
Severance package?
My sister went out of her way to set up a brand new bank account for the severance package to be paid into, and requested specifically that the company make sure that the money was paid into that account and only that account.
Right. I see. If it was paid into the same bank account they'd been using till now, it'll go straight to your mom.
That's right. That's why she made the new one, to prevent that from happening. Apparently, she planned on moving out of the family home using the money from that severance package. But for God knows what reason, it went straight into my mom's bank account just like before.
What?
She thought something fishy was going on when she hadn't received anything after 3 months, and when she made some inquiries, they told her they already gave it to my mom.
My God. Is there no way she can get it back now?
My mom probably spent it already, knowing what she's like.
No way.
She was saying something about going on holiday to the Bahamas next month.
Wait, the Bahamas? Your mom was sending me messages about that just earlier today. She said your sister was covering all of the expenses for her.
Seriously?
So that's what she was scheming. Your sister doesn't deserve this. She must be so miserable. Isn't there anything we can do? Someone's got to stop your mom's reign of terror.
I agree. That's why I wanted to discuss it with you today. If my sister can just get away from the family home and find work at a company that has nothing to do with my mom, think she can make it somehow.
I think so too.
I'm gonna fill you in on more of the details when I get home tomorrow.
Okay, got it.
Are you there, Graham? I can't get in touch with Susie. Do you have any idea why that might be?
Oh, Mom, it's you.
I just got back from my holiday in the Bahamas. I called Susie while I was away to ask if she'd pay for a package I bought online. I ordered it to your house to be paid cash on delivery. I just went over there myself because I can't get through to her. But no one seems to be home. I wanted to get hold of my rice ASAP since I planned on having some with my favorite hamburger patties and garlic sauce for lunch tomorrow. I'm in a real pinch here.
Susie's next to me right now.
Oh, she is? Please, could you ask her where my package is? It should have arrived yesterday.
Oh, that. She was unable to accept it.
What? Why?
Because we moved out 3 days ago.
Huh? You moved out? What do you mean? Don't joke about things like that, Graham. Where's my luxury rice?
We moved out.
What?
We moved out of that house. Let me rephrase. We no longer live in that house.
Huh? You moved out?
Which is why, if you want to know where your package is, I suggest you phone the delivery company's customer service line or the manufacturer and make an inquiry yourself.
Just slow down for 1 second. What are you talking about? I very clearly asked Susie to take care of this for me.
Didn't she tell you she had plans that day and refused? I came back off my business trip just as all this was happening, so I know about everything.
Well, maybe so, but I was certain she was just telling lies so she could get out of paying.
Yeah, about that. How many times have you forced Susie to pay for cash on delivery packages that you specifically arranged to arrive when she was home, Mom? You owe her well over $1,000 by this point. When exactly do you plan on paying her back?
Well,
I get it, Mom. You had no intention of paying her back to begin with.
Well,
Stop treating my wife like your personal ATM.
Oh, ATM, don't be ridiculous.
Then there's the issue of what you've been doing to my sister.
Elena?
I know about everything. You used almost her entire severance package from when she left the company to fund your trip to the Bahamas and your lavish spending sprees. I also know about how you used your connections at her old company to see that her salary was paid into your bank account every single payday.
No. You've got it all wrong. That was because I was worried about her. Elena's never been very good with her finances, so I decided to help her.
Cut the crap, Mom! The only one who's no good with their finances is you.
Me? How dare you?
The whole family knows about your disastrous spending habits and how wasteful you are. I dread to even ask how much money's left in your bank account right now. You're the most frivolous person I've ever known.
But,
And that's why my sister moved house too.
What? Wait a second. Elena moved away too?
Of course she did.
Not of course she did. I just put in a recommendation for her at another company, and they were about to invite her for an interview.
Why am I not surprised? All so you can continue using her as your ATM, right? How long do you have to exploit her before you finally be satisfied? You take everything she has and you still want more. That's why the three of us, me, my wife, and my sister, all decided to move away all at the same time. We used the time you were away on holiday as our opportunity to get away from you.
How could you?
Oh yeah, we can't forget about Dad.
Huh?
He moved independently of the three of us, but I heard he also used your Bahamas trip as his chance to get out of the house.
No, your father too. This can't be happening. Everyone's abandoning me. Wait, more importantly, where on earth did he get the money to leave home from?
Apparently, he'd been saving up for years, biding his time, waiting for the right moment. He also told me he's currently in the process of setting up a new bank account, and the account his salary goes into will be changing before long.
What? What do you mean?
You seriously don't understand?
How can I understand if you don't explain to me?
The bank account Dad's salary has been going into this whole time. Basically, the bank account you've been spending all the money in like it was your God-given right for years will stop receiving payments as soon as the change has been finalized. To summarize, you won't be getting a single cent out of him ever again!
What? Stop this at once. What has gotten into you all? Where has your father gone?
I've got a pretty good idea about what Dad intends to do from here on out. But since that's none of your business, I won't be telling you a thing. If you want to repair the damage you've done, you need to do it yourself. It's time you stood on your own 2 feet for a change, Mother.
Wait!
Goodbye. A few days later, my dad sent my mom the divorce papers. My mom was seething over the unprecedented situation she found herself in of being abandoned by all of her loved ones in one fell swoop. But luckily for her, her little brother, my uncle, was kind enough to take her in. And thanks to my uncle somehow or other persuading my mom to go through with it, the divorce was finalized. Now, my dad and sister are enjoying their fresh start in their new homes, while finally being able to appreciate the satisfaction of actually being able to spend their own money for a change. We're using all means necessary to ensure that my mom pays my sister back every last cent of the severance package she stole. And she's currently spending most of her days on the verge of tears working tirelessly to see to it that she makes the money to fund those repayments. As soon as she's done paying my sister back, a solitary existence of living alone without a single person to rely on is all that awaits her. By finally being forced to work, I hope she finally understands the value of money and how difficult it can be to get by.
Yo, Naomi! It's been a crazy long time, huh?
Could it be... Is that the world's biggest love fool? How's it going? Is your head still off way up in the clouds?
Huh?
Oh, forgive me. I didn't mean anything by that. Forget I said anything.
I don't know what you're talking about, but it's me, Henry.
Oh yeah, I remember. The dirtbag I divorced for cheating on me with my old classmate.
Why do you have to say it like that? It's been over 5 years now. Sheesh, woman. Give me a break, would ya?
You're right. It's been over 5 years, so why are you messaging me? You here to beg for money?
Why would I do something like that?
I suspect you probably ended up in a mountain of debt after everything that went down.
Yeah, and why was that? Because of all the compensation I had to pay to you during the divorce. I kept up diligently with my loan repayments, though, never missing a single one. Now my credit score's clean and I'm finally out of the red.
You might be out of the red, but that doesn't mean you're in the green. You probably don't have any savings, right? In any case, I don't have a single cent to lend you, and I never will. Bye!
That's not it! Wait! You're wrong anyway. I do have savings. Maybe not much, but I do. What matters is that even in spite of that, I'm happy.
That's a surprise. But it does confirm my theory that you're a moron with his head in the clouds. After all, who could marry a girl like Rita and still be happy?
What's this thing you keep saying about my head being in the clouds? I don't get what you mean. Is it supposed to be a joke?
If you don't understand at this point, I think it's probably for the best we keep it that way.
I'm obviously gonna be curious.
If you really want to know, I suggest you go and investigate yourself.
What the hell is with you, Naomi? I went out of my way to contact you after we didn't speak for 5 years and this is how you act?
Oh no, are you just the world's biggest victim? Have you heard yourself? Went out of my way? You deserve sainthood. I thought I was making it crystal clear how much you're annoying me by how blunt I'm being with you. I was obviously wrong and you're dimmer than I thought.
Come on, at least listen to what I've got to say. I saw you in front of the station.
When? Yesterday around noon. Oh yeah, that might have been me. I think was around the station at the time, actually.
I knew it! What's going on? Did you come back?
Come back? What do you mean?
I heard that you got remarried, but I guess it fell apart, and you had to move back in with your parents, huh? Tragic.
Excuse me?
Imagine being a woman with 2 divorces under her belt. That's gotta be seriously rough. I, on the other hand, am happier than I've ever been.
Wow, good for you.
Listen to this. You're never gonna believe it. I'm a dad to twins now. They were born half a year ago.
Wow, amazing! I can barely contain my excitement!
Hey, stop being so sarcastic, damn it. You could at least congratulate me.
Congrats. Is Rita the mom?
Of course she is. She and I tied the knot as soon as I finished paying off my debts. And just after that, we found out she was pregnant. Everything lined up for us perfectly. My life is now nothing but a series of joyous events. One thing's for sure, it makes up for all the crap you put me through in the past. I've got a feeling there's nothing but happiness waiting for me from here on out. Sometimes it feels too good to be true, and I wonder if I'm gonna wake up at any moment. I think I used up all my suffering for this life during my relationship with you.
All of your suffering, huh? If only life were that simple, Henry. I hate to tell you this, but I've got a feeling it isn't. Especially after what you did. Can you really call happiness obtained by treading all over other people true happiness?
Regardless of whatever jealous, bitter remarks you might make, Rita and I are genuinely happy together. Our lives are like a fairy tale. A part of me did feel bad for you about what happened with us, but this is simply the reality of things now, Naomi. And you're gonna have to come to terms with the fact that I'm super happy.
Okay, I came to terms with it. Are we done?
You think you're so clever. I understand how hard this must be for you considering what a disaster your life is now.
Huh? My life's a disaster? Interesting. Would you mind explaining what you mean by that?
Come on, Naomi. I get you're embarrassed, but there's no point in playing dumb.
About what?
You might be able to make it somehow if you were only a one-time divorcee. However, being a two-time divorcee? As a woman? From a man's point of view, you're basically damaged goods. Sorry, babe, but things aren't looking good for you.
A two-time divorcee? Would you mind telling me who the hell you're talking about?
Drop the act. It's just sad now. I'm obviously talking about you. I'm pretty sure you understand from the flow of the conversation. You're just ashamed and don't want to admit it.
I only ever divorced once.
But you said it happened again earlier on.
I most definitely did not.
What?
Why don't you try reading through the chat again? You just assumed I got divorced again because you saw me in front of the station and somehow made an astounding logical leap that it somehow meant I moved back in with my mom and dad.
But wait. So you're saying you didn't divorce the guy you married after me?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, what the hell are you doing back here then? When a woman of your age goes back to her parents' place, it usually only means one thing.
Does the concept of visiting not exist in your mind?
Visiting?
I got invited to the wedding of a friend who lives in the same neighborhood as my parents. I lived with my husband on the other side of the state now, so I'm staying with my parents while I come back for my friend's wedding. Oh, and by the way, the wedding was the Saturday the day before yesterday, and guess who I saw there? Rita.
The day before yesterday? Wasn't it yesterday? Sunday? She told me the wedding was yesterday!
Huh?
Plus, it wasn't around here. She said it was a couple of hours away on the train. She left first thing on Saturday, The ceremony itself was yesterday. That's what she told me. She's supposed to be coming home tomorrow. That's why she left the kids with my mom and dad.
None of what you just said makes any sense. The wedding ceremony and banquets were both held at the reception hall of a hotel near the S station, which isn't that far from here, and definitely not a few hours away. If you live around here, it should be possible to arrive and make it back on the same day. Why would she need 4 days?
Huh? What the? Wait, what the hell is going on?
Maybe it's just best I tell you.
What? Tell me what? Do you know something I don't?
Let me make this clear that this isn't something I'm directly involved in, nor something I directly saw myself. It's nothing to do with me, and I don't want it to be, okay?
Just tell me. You can't say you know something then hold off like that. Did you see something?
One of my friends who got invited to the wedding said she saw Rita and Chad in the backyard of the hotel. Apparently they were getting quite familiar with one another.
What? Chad? Wait, that's
right, Rita's ex-boyfriend. My friend, the one who saw them, knows about everything that happened back then when Rita was stealing you from me. She said she couldn't keep quiet about it and told me everything. What a pair those two are. I mean, can you believe it? I wonder if it happened in the heat of the moment when they were reunited by chance at the wedding. Or have they in fact been at all like rabbits behind your back the whole time? Actually, me and my friend already had this discussion. We didn't have enough information at the time, but now I know she lied to you. Her husband, about the day and venue of the wedding. I can only conclude one thing.
Wait. Stop it! Just stop it right now! Don't go making up hurtful lies just because you're jealous of mine and Rita's happiness!
Don't flatter yourself, sweetie. Whether you're happy or not makes no difference to me. Anyway, I told you everything I have to say. I suggest you go off and think about it on your own now.
Naomi? It's me, Henry. Can I speak to you about something?
What?
Rita and I got a divorce.
Oh my.
You were right. She was cheating on me with Chad. Apparently the reason she was away for a whole 4 days was because they used the coincidence they both got invited to the wedding as an opportunity to go on holiday together afterwards.
Oh well, that explains it then.
That's not all. On top of that, the kids,
The kids? What about them?
they're not mine.
Wow.
How the hell could this happen to me? I thought we were the happiest family alive. I thought I had it all.
I hate to say I told you so, but I did ask you whether happiness obtained by treading all over people could really be called true happiness.
Oh my god.
You might not even have known since you've only lived around here since graduating college and finding a job, but she's always been notorious for being a cheating homewrecker of the highest order.
What?
Particularly with Chad, who is known for being just as much of a rat. They break up, get back together again, always breaking other people's hearts in the process, of course. It's like an endless loop.
I didn't know anything about that.
I'm guessing they knew and took advantage of your ignorance on purpose.
Seriously?
Rita's also known for being super shallow and going for guys based solely on their looks. Even if the rest of you is rotten, you are at least handsome, which is probably why she set her sights on you. Oh yeah, on that note, do you know who the real dad of your twins is?
Well, I'm guessing it's Chad.
I guess he's the most likely candidate. Anyway, I assume you're gonna be super busy from now on, what with things like compensation claims to think about. Good luck!
About that.
What?
Just as I was getting ready to call a lawyer and file my claim, the two of them fled abroad. I have no idea where they are now.
Wow, seriously?
Not just that, but they left the kids with me.
Wow, those two are something else. Just when you think they can't get any more brazen.
What am I supposed to do now? I'm stuck here looking after two screaming, vomiting brats that aren't even mine. I feel totally lost. I think I'm gonna lose my mind.
Did you try contacting Rita or Chad's parents? They're the kids' grandparents after all.
They refuse to have anything to do with us.
Oh, I see. I heard the parents on both sides cut all ties with them after their proclivity for cheating and homewrecking brought home so much trouble.
Aha! That's it! Naomi, I've got the perfect idea. How about you raise these twins with me?
That's the perfect idea, is it? Jeez, I'd hate to hear a bad one. What the hell?
Please! You're the only person I can turn to!
Why the hell would I raise two kids that have absolutely nothing to do with me?
Well, why should I? We're in the same boat here!
We are most definitely not in the same boat. Yours is full of holes and you're stranded out at sea. I most definitely will not be getting in there with you.
Just think! Think how happy we could be if we struggle and grow together under the same harsh circumstances! Be mine again, Naomi! Let's walk through this life together hand in hand!
No thanks. The only place you're walking to right now is towards a cliff edge. Why would I throw away my own happiness to join you as you plunge into despair?
Throw away your... happiness?
Yes, my happiness. I'm happy with my husband and I have no intention of jeopardizing that.
Well, where does that leave me then?
Not my problem. Talk to your parents or something.
My parents won't speak to me anymore after what just happened with Rita. They said they're at their wits' end and want nothing more to do with me. Ever!
What a shame.
Please, I'm begging you!
Oh, you are? Not my problem. Bye.
Naomi!
How to put this? While I do feel a sliver of pity for the sheer patheticness of the situation Henry is in, ultimately he brought it all on himself, so there's definitely no sympathy. His messages got so frequent that they bordered on harassment, so I had no choice but to block him in the end. A few days later, my ex-husband had the nerve to show up at my parents' with his cheating ex-wife's kids. I have no idea what his aim was, but he was yelling at the top of his voice. Me and Naomi are back together, and we decided to raise the children together. He was so loud that even the neighbors could hear him. Apparently half the neighborhood was peeping out in the window as he banged on the door in a panicked frenzy. I'd already explained everything to my parents beforehand, so they understood what was going on immediately, and my dad called the police without hesitation. Word of Henry's walk of shame and handcuffs into the back of a police car soon spread around this whole workplace. After he was seen by a passing coworker, and he was fired, his reputation in tatters. Eventually, the twins were taken into a care of Henry's estranged parents, who had the common sense to realize that nothing good could come of their son raising children. I'm inclined to think they made the right decision. Can you imagine how they'd have turned out with a moron like him for a dad?